His girlfriend left him forever due to a car accident, but unexpectedly, the next morning, she was lying beside him. The man jumped out of bed in fright, thinking he was dreaming since he had watched his girlfriend die in the hospital the day before. At this moment, the girlfriend seemed unaware of anything, thinking the man had a nightmare. She held him tightly to comfort him. Feeling the warmth of his girlfriend's body, the man realized she had really come back to life. But what the man didn't know was that this was a chance given by heaven to love his girlfriend once more. The man then told her about the events of the previous day, but she thought he was confused from sleep. It was at this point that the man realized that time might have reverted to the previous morning, the day he lost his girlfriend. Suddenly, he remembered his girlfriend getting scalded by a kettle the day before, and hurriedly ran into the dining room to warn her, only to find her already placing a towel under the kettle. The man's anxiety finally subsided, believing that the event of the previous day was just a nightmare. But just as he embraced his girlfriend preparing to go to work, his girlfriend's hand was accidentally scalded by the kettle. This made the man realize that the events of yesterday might have been real. Then he recalled how yesterday, on her way to work, she got splashed with sewage water. To verify his suspicions, the man decided to accompany his girlfriend to work, taking a different route than usual. But not long after they started walking, a motorcycle approached from behind. The man quickly shielded his girlfriend in his arms. Her clothes were not dirtied, but in a moment of inattention, a man walking towards them bumped into his girlfriend. When she turned around, her clothes were covered in coffee. At this point, the man was terrified. He recounted the events of the previous day to his girlfriend, but she still did not believe him. The man then thought of his watch, which he had accidentally shattered while at work yesterday. To keep the man from worrying further, the woman decided to accompany him to work. Unexpectedly, her watch was still intact up to now. The man was then completely reassured, believing that everything that happened in the morning was just a coincidence. But when the man went to the bar at noon, the events that occurred made him even more certain of his suspicions. He not only saw his friend get rejected from hitting on someone, but he also accidentally caught a flying pool ball. This was exactly the same as what had happened the day before. It was then that he realized that the events of the previous day would still take place, only in a different order. The anxious man hurriedly took a taxi. He needed to find his girlfriend, take her away from this city, and stop the tragedy from happening. But just as he got in the car, he found out that the driver was the same one from yesterday. However, the look in the driver's eyes told him that he was aware of all the man's affairs. The man was extremely fearful. He anxiously asked if there was any way to change all this. But the driver simply said faintly, "Just love her." The man was a typical workaholic facing his girlfriend's invitation of love. He instead chose to prepare work-related documents, even forgetting to attend his girlfriend's concert. Until he lost her, the man realized what he had missed. Just when the man was about to pay the taxi fare, the driver indicated it was not necessary. "You paid me yesterday." After getting out of the car, the man rushed to find his girlfriend and finally found her in an art gallery. The girlfriend died in a car accident, but woke up beside the man the next morning. The man realized that time might have gone back to yesterday. He wants to change everything to avoid the tragedy from happening again. So he found his girlfriend. Without a word, he wanted to take her on a trip. It didn't matter where they would go, as long as they left the city. The girlfriend was happy to hear this. Because the man had always been busy with work, he rarely had time to accompany her. This time, they could finally spend quality time together. The couple boarded a train. The man saw everything on the road and realized it was the route to his hometown. The man then realized it was the girlfriend who had arranged this. She wanted to understand his past and also wanted to meet his parents. But just as they were halfway there, it started pouring rain. They had to rush into a small house beside the road to take shelter. But while the man was making a fire to keep warm, his watch was accidentally knocked and shattered. It was then he realized, no matter where they hid, what was meant to happen would still happen. The girlfriend would still leave him. The heartbroken man asked the girlfriend. The woman did not hesitate for a second. The man was overwhelmed with mixed emotions after hearing her. Soon, the rain stopped. The two hand in hand arrived at the town where the man grew up, but all the man's relatives had passed away. The man told his girlfriend he admired his father, but ever since the business failed, his father drank to drown his sorrows every day and passed away not long after. This was the sad truth he never wished to mention. After hearing this, the girlfriend kept comforting him and told him. These words shattered the man's heart. The couple's feelings heated up again amidst warm memories. They strolled through the small town. The man asked the girlfriend where she wanted to go next, but she said she wanted to return to London to attend the graduation concert. The man was inwardly against this, but he didn't want his girlfriend to have regrets and decided to accompany her as they were preparing at home. The man learned that the girlfriend always had a dream of singing, but she lacked the confidence to perform on stage. He decided to secretly do something. He quietly took away the music composition written by his girlfriend and made many photocopies with a printer. Then he shared the plan with the concert organizer. In the midst of the performance, the girlfriend discovered her own song on the music stand. This surprised her greatly. At this time, the man walked onto the stage and invited the girlfriend to fulfill her dream of singing. Very nervous, he was worried about making a fool of himself. But when the familiar music began to play, he couldn't help but let his voice soar until the performance ended. The girlfriend was still worried she didn't sing well, but the audience's reaction said it all. Her performance was a success. The excited couple hugged each other tightly. Girlfriend died in a car accident, but the next morning she lies beside a man. The man realizes time might have returned to yesterday. He decides to make up for everything he has missed. Right after fulfilling his girlfriend's dream of singing, she and he embrace each other tightly. After the concert, the girlfriend becomes more confident. The man decides to take her out to celebrate. During dinner, he asks her to close her eyes. Then he takes out a bracelet. It was meticulously crafted by him. Each charm represents a story. This is all the memories of them together. The two leave the restaurant. It starts to rain outside again. The man understands that his time is running out. Although I've known you, I never allowed myself to truly feel all this until today. Every choice I've made is different. My life has completely changed. I've learned that if you can achieve that, then you can live at your best, Samantha, if not for today. If not for you, I would never have known love. So thank you for teaching me to love and to be loved. The girlfriend is very touched. Right then, their ride arrives. The girlfriend gets into the car first, although the man knows what the outcome will be. He still gets into the car without hesitation. The same driver is driving. Just as they reach an intersection, another car crashes into them. The man holds his girlfriend tightly in his arms, desperately protecting her. The girlfriend ultimately survives, but in order to protect her, the man leaves forever. He exchanges his death for his girlfriend's life. In real life, people often don't appreciate what they have until the day they lose it. Only then do they regret not cherishing it. Just like the man in the story. Only on the day he gets to redo losing his girlfriend does he realize how much he loves her. So please treat everyone and everything in life sincerely. Life does not give you a second chance. Don't wait until you've lost it to cherish it.